We're obsessed with the Connie Pheiff Show. It's about a lifestyle shift to move up or out.
Hey, what's your jam? What's the one thing that really drives you? What makes you unstoppable?
It's about opening a new door to live your dream.
People give up way too early on their dreams.
It's about enjoying the journey. It's about keeping it real.
Damn, now the interviewee is interviewing the interviewer. I like this.
It's all about you.
I knew there was something else I wanted to do. Stop taking shit so seriously. Y'all can do this. Take an outrageous look at life and laugh.
This is the Connie Pheiff Show.
We love your voice. We love your jam. You need to be on radio.
And now your host, Connie Pheiff.
Well, hi, everyone. It's Connie Pheiff, and we're back for another week of the Connie Pheiff Show. And I always thank you for being here, for listening, and for sharing our show. And I'm going to continue to thank you because you're awesome. And it's because of you that our show is so popular. And people want to hear and know more about us and know more about our guest. Now, this week, we have another wonderful, awesome guest. She is the powerful woman and life purpose coach. She's a creator of EmpowHERful Woman Conference. And I was looking it up, of course, as I stalk all of my guests. And it just really struck me the work that she is doing, which is giving women permission to love themselves, take responsibility for the decisions that they make, and regain that relinquished control of their life and allowing them to achieve their goals. So welcome to the Connie Pheiff Show. Shelley Meche'tte.
Yeah, you got it.
I didn't practice it. Make sure that I got it right. So you are doing some beautiful, beautiful work around women's programs. And I have to say, I admire you because I've started a couple of women's programs, very successful women's programs, but I've always found that women aren't there supporting each other and lifting each other up and embracing each other. Like that one meme that you see, if her crown's crooked, straighten it out. Don't go.
Don't try to knock it off.
Right. And that was the biggest challenge that I found. And I always say that I work better with men, ironically, and I was a CEO for Girl Scouts of Pennswoods Council. And I always say that, well, isn't that an oxymoron? But it is so true that is happening. And you talk about managing your surroundings.
Yeah.
And I think that is a great advice to women to support each other, but also manage those surroundings. And it's men and women too, that, suck that energy out of you. So I want to know more about your programs and how you're helping women to achieve their goals through these different areas.
First, I want to go back to exactly what you just said about women not really being able to support one another. And that's one of the, I like to say is a myth that I want to debunk. We have been taught in society that there can only be one pretty girl. There can only be one smart girl. So if you're the smart girl, you're not the attractive girl, or that our value is based in how attractive we are. Our value is based in how we're shaped. Our value is based in if we have a successful relationship. And so one of the things that I do as a women's life speaker is I want to throw a hole in that myth. We are all beautiful. My beauty, is different from your beauty. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I'm here to tear down that myth that I'm your competition. I'm never your competition. I'm only your collaborator. I'm always your leader.
How beautiful that is. And more women need to hear that. And I'm glad that you're debunking that myth. And it's interesting because I let that program go maybe two years ago. And for whatever reason, just recently it's resurfacing. It's resurfacing in me. It's resurfacing in and people that I was associated with through the program saying, you really need to talk about it. Because I talk about, and I'm an activist for Beyond Me Too.
That's amazing.
And, and I'm a very, I speak publicly about it and, not to go into too many labor the details of that, but they're coming back to me saying, we need you. We need your voice. We need to hear you speaking out. So not that I want to bring that program back. I don't want to do that, but I have made a commitment that I will step forward with that message, in this coming year and even completing my book. And that's what my book is about, is talking about that and how as women and how we should be helping, embracing each other, fixing each other's crown, and that we can all be successful. We could all be sitting, at the center of the board table. We could all be doing that.
And the great thing that I love for women to know is I don't lose the light in my candle if I lean over and light yours. I'm going to remain if I light your candle.
Right.
But the way that we're brought up is that when you're young girls, we have clique. And we have the sports clique, and we have the popular clique, and we have the nerd clique. Someone has already put a label on us before we're even able to formate, who it is that we desire to be. So we grow up labeling ourselves as the nerd. So the nerd can't be the sports person, and the sports person can't be this. When in actuality, we need to just grow and be able to gather things that we enjoy. I don't have to be one thing. I can love sports, love makeup, love a pair of jeans, with a t-shirt, and look in the mirror and say, you are one fabulous woman. I am an advocate on women finding things that are not physical that they love about themselves, so that we don't put that value on a physical nature. Physical things, they leave. So if I happen to unfortunately get into an accident and my face is disfigured, am I less valuable today than I was yesterday when it wasn't disfigured? We have to learn how to bring the value back. And the value begins with, I believe, purpose, because I'm an advocate that purpose is where life begins. What is your purpose? What are you created for? Why are you here? Purpose drives us. Purpose wakes us up. Purpose moves us when we feel like we don't want to move. And purpose will give us a reason outside of ourselves to understand our own beauty. You understand your beauty in your purpose, because purpose is not just about you. It's about somebody else. And then we bring those two things together. And that's when the light in life begins.
So how does someone protect themselves and have those truth tellers around there? So basically managing their circle of the people that they can trust without it looking like a clique, like the word that you just used.
Right. I think the first thing that we have to understand before we're even able to manage our circle, first of all, we need to manage our mind, because if I don't know who I am, if I don't know what I want, if I don't know who's going to benefit me, then I'm just running around, just giving myself out to people and just accepting anybody. First, I need to understand, who am I? Again, what are the beauty points within me? What do I enjoy doing? So, for instance, I like to write. I like to watch comedy on TV. I like to sit at home by myself. So I probably bringing someone into my circle who loves to club, that's probably not the best thing. Not because I dislike you, but because I understand who I am. And so before I can even develop my circle, I need to develop me. What do I like? What things bring me joy, bring me happiness? What things make me pull back? People who are very loud or like to be, up in your face, that doesn't work well for me. So I know that's something that will keep me a little at a distance from someone. So that's not the person that I need in my immediate circle. So before you can even begin understanding your surroundings and allowing people to come into your circle, the first thing is understanding you.
That's a really good point. Like you said, we grow up, we have these labels that are put on us. We have these insecurities, if you will, and we think that we have to be a pleaser to everyone, and we have to let everyone in our circle, and then quickly we find out, and we're wondering why our energy is just so drained, and it's because you have the wrong people in your circle. You have those wrong people sellers, right?
I can be kind to you and like you as an individual without opening up my heart and circle to you. There are many people whose company I enjoy, but that doesn't mean that I have opened up my heart to allow them to care for it. We have to be careful because as women, we enjoy that type of community with one another. We really do.
Right.
We enjoy being able to talk to each other, to laugh with each other. And so sometimes we don't take into account that everyone shouldn't have access to our heart. We look at having access to our heart as just a romantic thing. And that's not the only thing.
It's not.
There's an amicable, just friendship, where you have to look and say, we're great hanging out together. We're great getting together, every 6 months. We're great to get on the phone and or check on, but we're not one another's support system. We don't care for one another's heart, but we've been conditioned to believe we have to just love everybody and let everybody in. And so everybody has to be a part of your world or else you're a hater. That's a lie.
Oh yeah, let's debunk that one right now.
That one.
And I think as we get older and more mature women,
we straighten our eyebrow when we say that. Yes.
I think. Another thing, I know that we are more critical of those that we surround ourselves with in our life because we know life is so precious. And, we just don't need to go there. And honestly, when I had my women's program a couple of years ago, one of the reasons why I stopped was because my heart was broken. I put myself out there. 200% into this program and everything that I did. And there's a couple of women that were just negative and caused chaos. And it really did. I mean, my heart, I didn't realize it was like my heart was broken until actually somebody said it to me. I was just drained. I didn't want to get up in the morning. I was talking to someone and she goes, your heart's broke.
Wow.
That's what she said. Yeah. She goes, your heart is broken because you put everything into this, and to have somebody come in, a negative and attack you the way I was attacked. That's what she said. And I said, no, you're absolutely right. My heart is broken.
But people have to give us permission to pull back from that. When your heart is broken, when you're hurting, sometimes we still feel like, even though I'm hurting, it's still my job to give.
Right.
That's just not true.
No.
What's your job is to be able to pull back and take care of you, take care of your. And I understand where you are because I give so much to the women that I come into contact with.
Yes.
I remember putting together a small little brunch. Maybe it was last year. I can't remember. But I put this brunch together and I put my heart into it, and women did not come.
Yeah.
And that was heartbreaking for me.
Yes.
What ended up happening is that particular one I ended up canceling because the women just didn't come. And I was so heartbroken because I'm like, I put this out and I put this out and I do this for women and I do that for women. And I had to come to the point, Connie, where I said, you know what? No more. Not that I won't service women, but I refuse to service women who will not be open enough to receive the gift that I'm giving. And so if that means that I create just a 5-person intimate night with myself, 4 other women, and I give to them, then I'm going to give to those 4 women who I know are ready to receive the tool, ready to receive the acceptance, and ready to receive the responsibility so that they'll be able to take control of their lives and move to greater levels. I'm not going to punish myself for that, and I'm not going to feel bad for closing things off. I'm not going to feel bad.
So and sometimes you have to do that with your family as well, unfortunately.
Oh, so right.
And it's tough. And as women, it's tough. Like, I'm the one that went after my career and my family. And I'm the only one that graduated college in my family. I'm the only one at so many levels. And then finding out a couple of years ago that I was adopted, and then I'm not even part of that family. And I'm like, well, that explains that. But
that's a lot to take in, Connie. That's a lot.
It was a lot. But sometimes you have to do that. Like you said, you really have to learn how to manage that circle.
Yes.
Set those boundaries. And like you said, manage that time and what you do with them, because there is heartache, and life is tough enough that you don't need to have that, because then what happening, we start listening to that noise, that negativity
all the time. And we don't know how to separate it. We don't know how to separate what's not good for us,
right?
And what's actually constructive. Because I definitely believe in constructive correction, and guidance.
Yes.
But we don't know how to separate those two. We'll begin listening to things and taking things in, and what happens is people begin to tear at our soul for success, because they don't have ambition. Because they can't see it for themselves. They want to stop you from seeing it for you. Right. And that's the other thing about our circle. We need to become comfortable with the changing of our circle. Because I start this journey with you, that does not mean that I have to end the journey with you.
No, that's right. And that's right. So share more about your conference that you do.
Yeah.
That looks so powerful.
I love my women's conference. I didn't get a chance to do it this year, but I actually love my women's conference. It's an opportunity for us to come together, for us to learn from one another, for us to take our shoes off if we want to. There's no judgment. I bring in women speakers. Maybe they'll be speaking about finance. Maybe they'll speak about self-awareness. Maybe they'll speak about beginning businesses. Maybe they'll speak about startup.
Right.
All across the board. And we come and we talk. Last year, I had a panel of women who came and just talked about just being women and how to interact with certain things. Sometimes we just need to sit and talk about menopause. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, been there, done that. It didn't seem like it was ever going to end.
Sometimes we just need a panel of women to tell us what we have to look forward to, which we don't want.
We don't want that. But no, I hear you.
Sometimes I have doctors there who just talk about cysts, and then we turn the music on, we have fun, we take pictures, we eat lunch, we hug each other, we learn how to network, and then we do it again next year. Because when fabulous women come together who actually understand how to adjust one another's crowns,
right?
Over.
You're absolutely right. I mean, and I come from the corporate space, so I keep my eye on that in terms of women that are in leadership, that are there, and the number's growing slowly, but the number is still growing. But what I find really interesting is that the companies where women are at the helm of the organization are doing better than the ones that are being led by men. And I don't like to be gender biased. That's not who I am. But it's really nice to see that. I mean, women are smart and they're brilliant and excellent business leaders. I mean, if you look at everything, women make the financial decision.
Women are amazing creatures,
right.
and that doesn't take anything from men. I am very much, the feminist, but I do not take anything away from men. No. I love men, but there is a certain attribute that we have as women where our leadership is just different. There's a collaboration that comes in, when there's women, and when you have a woman who's not afraid of other women succeeding, then what she does is she opens up a very wide door for us to do this. And so we grow as people, as individuals, as employees, as employer, and then our businesses boom.
Yes.
So there's just a different aspect in leadership when it comes with women who are unafraid to allow other women shine. The problem comes in when women are in authority who actually have a fear of other women shining. That's when we begin to have a crab mentality to tear one another down because you're not secure in who you are and what it is that you have to offer. It's okay for me to give my knowledge to someone else.
Right.
And it's okay for that person to give their knowledge to me and for us to take that knowledge and build together. There's something in me that I can use to service Connie.
Right.
And it's okay for me to use it to service you. I don't always have to have a name. I really can just service you.
Right. And I
love that.
Right. And I always hoped that I was that type of leader, even in all of the organizations that I've led, to be that one to really put my people in front of me, because I've worked with women who are cutthroat and they chop you off at the knee if they could.
Yes.
I've worked with those women. And like I said, they were more challenging than it was working with men. But at the same time, I never want to be that person. I want to lend the helping hand. I want to help each other. Pull other women up together. So I love how you share the analogy of taking your flame and lighting her flame and making this big flame that we can all come together and do that and share that. And I just think it's incredible and it's wonderful the work that you're doing.
The Connie Pheiff Show is heard everywhere. You can find The Connie Pheiff Show on most of your favorite networks. It's time to now recognize and thank our major networks for all of their support. In the house, we have Conscious Business Radio, C-Suite Radio, Transformation Radio, iHeartRadio. We are also heard on Google Play, Apple, Radio, Stitcher, and so many more that I just can't keep up with them all. I'm Connie Pheiff, your unstoppable diva. Learn more about our gym and how we can work together at my fancy schwanky website, ConniePheiffShow.com. I'll see you over there. Until then, like, share. Now back to the show.
So I do have a couple of questions here for our Straight Talk segment.
All right. Come out.
So I think I could ask you just anything right now. So Shelley, finish this sentence for me. Okay. I am unstoppable because.
I am unstoppable because I have purpose, and purpose continues. And even once I'm gone from here, the purpose continues to live. And so that's why I'm unstoppable, because I'm not living just for me. I'm living for beyond me, just like you. It's beyond me.
I love it. So what's your vulnerability? And I'm not quite sure if you're going to have one.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
But we do. So what is yours?
We all have a vulnerability.
We do.
And one of the things, and you're probably going to laugh because it probably seems very, very silly, but one of the things, I'm very self-conscious about my voice. I don't really like my voice. And so, when I speak or when I do interviews and things like that, I'm just always very, very self-conscious. I feel like I come across like, like the And so it's such a like deep voice. I'm like, it doesn't sound feminine. So, I'm always a little self-conscious about how my voice comes across.
That's so funny. I used to be really self-conscious about my voice as well. Even for speaking, I went out and had a special microphone made and adjusted to my voice and certain things. And then when I started doing radio over 7 years ago, and when I was asked to do radio, I was like, there is no way in hell that I could do radio. Like, this voice, I don't have a radio voice. And me, like, you expect me to, hi, this is Connie Pheiff. I'm like, I don't have that voice. But I'm still doing it 7 years later.
My whole point to that, when I tell people that I'm self-conscious about my voice, one of my reasons I tell them that is because I'm still a speaker. Yes, I am a bit self-conscious, but I won't let that insecurity, and I deal with that.
I
won't let that stop me from being great. And so, many people are like, "You're self-conscious and you're a speaker." Yes.
Yes. There's probably a whole list we can go down. So what's been one of your toughest challenges in business?
Oh my goodness. Well, I think I told you about the fact that I had created a brunch and no one came to.
Right.
I think sometimes that's my greatest challenge. I'm not very good at marketing, number one. So I always have to make sure that I'm connecting with someone who has a better gift when marketing is concerned. So I would really have to say that that's probably one of my greatest challenges just across the board, period. I'm always seeking better ways to market, trying to learn more about marketing, learning about, social media and things of that nature. So, and I've come to the point where it's like, I will definitely learn more, and I learn a little bit more here and I learn a little bit more there. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm like, girl, hire somebody.
You know what you do. I mean, when I stepped out, I mean, I was a CEO. I had a team that did everything for me. And I remember I was like, okay, I'm going to do this business thing. And now we're talking 12 years ago. And I wanted to do a mailer to everyone in my Rolodex and let them know what I was doing now that I was no longer CEO with the Girl Scouts. And I was like, okay, I guess I gotta, my husband said, well, why don't you mail merge your letters so you don't have to do them individually? And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I remember calling my former assistant, her name was Stephanie, asking her, how do you mail merge? Well, she laughed so hard. She's like, first of all, no one mail merges anymore. And she's like, so then I literally spent a huge chunk of money for the next 2 years learning everything I can from that. We don't mail merge. And but social media and all of the social media platforms, online business.
Yes.
And so I did. I mean, I have a cabinet full of books with letters and certificates, and then I finally had to stop. Okay, I think we've learned enough now.
I learned little bits and pieces so that, in case I can't get to someone, I can still do small things myself. Yeah. But other things, I'm like, spend your time preparing for that conference, preparing to go out and speak. And hire somebody to finish that for you.
Yeah, well, that's what somebody finally said to me. My first coach, actually, when I was numerous people kept saying, "You need a coach. You need a coach. You need to hire someone." I'm like, no. At that point, it was like I could do it all myself. So I finally did. I finally hired someone, and
I'm like, no, you're not going to get that coach. It's okay though.
Yeah. Well. 12 years later, and we just had to hire on a CEO so I can, so they could run operations, run the business, and I could be out doing my thing. And that person is my husband. We were looking for a CEO, and he's been in corporate, and he's like, me. So he's our new CEO, and I'm, chair and out and doing my thing. So come a long way. As I said, come a long way, baby, from when we first started. So are you ever going to be satisfied with the work you're doing?
You say, will I ever be satisfied?
Yes.
You know what? That's a twofold question for me. Yes and no.
Okay.
Will I ever be satisfied? No, because every woman will never be touched by me. So there will always be more that I can do. The other side of that, though, will I ever be satisfied with Shelley and the work that she has done? Yes.
Absolutely.
Because I know that what I'm doing is from the heart. Right. I know it's sincere, and I know it's with integrity. And so I will always be satisfied with what I have given. The work will always be open. There's always someone who will need something. So will I be satisfied to the point of where I know that I can stop the work? No. But I will be satisfied with what I give to it.
So if there was a song about you, what would it be called?
Girl, you are good.
Love it.
You have to pump yourself sometimes. You got to pump yourself sometimes.
There you go. So where do you go next? What's up next?
Well, what I'm actually doing now is I've stepped more into entertainment. So I'm still speaking, but I've also, I did a web series with my oldest daughter. And so right now we're working a little bit in entertainment, and hopefully it will all come, 100-fold and just around one another, where I'll have an opportunity to get on stages and speak to women who are in entertainment and talk to them about creating their circle, who they are, how to stand in pretty much a male dominated, field, and how to be able to stand out as well as be empowered as you're going into this field. Right. So we hope to be able to get our web series picked up on a network. And within that, I'll be able to empower women to step into their goals and their dreams. I am in my 40s and I'm stepping into entertainment. And so you can do it too. And I want to empower women. Your purpose, it's never too late for that. As long as you're breathing, purpose is there.
It's never too late. That's for sure.
Never too late.
No, we'll have to talk more. So let everybody know where they could find you.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and you can find me under the same name. I like to keep it simple, Shelley Meche'tte, and Shelley is Shelley. Meshay is spelled Mechette. I know. Everybody's like, Meshay. Yes, it's Meshay.
Shelley Meche'tte.
And that's what people say.
Yeah, Shelley Meche'tte. Oh, that's way cool. So you also have a book, 70 Days of Happy.
Yes. Actually, every time I hear the title of that book, it brings a little smile to my face, because it took me such a long time to write that book because of insecurities. Yes. Because my mind, remember I was saying you have to get your mind together.
That's right.
And so I kept telling myself in my thoughts, nobody wants to hear this. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. No one cares about anything. So it took me, I don't know, I want to say maybe a year or two just to write this book. I had gone through a process of just saying good things for 90 days. Just say nothing negative. Let everything positive come out of your mouth. And I'm already a positive person. But what I found after those 90 days was, wow, there really is a difference in you just speaking those things, even when there's a bad situation. I'm not saying ignore bad situations, but I'm saying when there's a bad situation, if we don't focus 1000% on the bad and extract something that we can be grateful for from it, we can deal with that situation a little bit better. And so I took those things that I learned and I put them into 70 days where we can take some of those things and take back our own inner happiness. Things that are simple, like just smile. Learning how to smile. Smiling, it really does. It gives you a totally different feeling.
It does.
Some things that were deeper, like getting life insurance for your family. I know we don't want to talk about that, but I promise when you take care of your family, that brings a different type of joy.
Oh, it does. It really does. It's like, we're protected now. Everybody has what they need.
Exactly.
No, I hear you 100%, 100%. So, okay. So, and you talked about giving copies of your book away. So where could folks grab a copy then?
Yes. So for those who, I don't know how you're going to do your giveaway, but I have 2 copies of my book that I would like to give away. And so my website is Shelley@ShelleyMeche'tte.com. And on there's a contact me button. And the first 2 people to contact me and say the words 70 Days of Happy, that book is yours.
Well, we'll let you handle that. And they can, again, go to your website, ShelleyMeche'tte.com.
Yes.
And again, register, and the first 2 people will get a copy of your book.
To contact me and say 70 Days of Happy, you will get your own autographed copy of 70 Days of Happy. Life is better when you smile.
Wow. So make sure you get on there because you want to grab yourself a copy. Well, Shelley, thank you for being here. You're so much fun. I love chatting with you.
Thank you. And, and I really hope that I get a chance to see you next month.
Well, there's a really good possibility.
I'm going to stop by your booth and I'm going to rub shoulders with you.
Oh, either there or I'll see you in LA for sure the following month when we're back out there.
We have to keep in touch.
Absolutely. So again, thank you for being here. Well, guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I want to thank our guest Shelley Meche'tte for being here. Awesome stuff. And remember to, if you're interested, again, check out talentconcierge.co. If you're a highly successful individual, you have a really great career, but saying, well, I'd like to share my message. I'd like to get out there on a speaking platform or maybe even write a book. Contact us and we'll see if we can get you set up for that. Because also remember, 3, 2, 1, you are the brand. Because when we touch a heart, we do change a life. And when we change a life, that's when we all become unstoppable together. You're listening to The Connie Pheiff Show, and I'm Connie. Have a great week, and always, always be kind to each other. Bye-bye.
Hey, y'all, it's Connie Pheiff. Thank you for listening to The Connie Pheiff Show. Check back often. You don't want to miss any of the good stuff. If you like what you hear and would like to be a guest on the show, head over to theconniefeifshow.com to apply. While you're there, check out our amazing advertising opportunities that will put you right in front of your perfect client. I will see you over there. Do yourself a favor this week. Activate your power and be unstoppable together.